We went on to finally shoot Brian's song, which was just a magical time. I mean, the casting of it and the script, Bill Blynn's script, was the outlines don't normally move you, and Bill Blynn's outline made me cry and moved me just unbelievably. I was living with a buddy of mine who I'm actually now in business, another kind of business with, and we were, I don't know what we were, 22, 3, 4, somewhere in there, and I gave him the outline to read. And he came and he knocks on my door. He came and he goes, "This is the saddest thing I've ever read of mine." I said, "I know, do you believe this? How good is this?" And we shot it, and dailies looked pretty darn good, and we saw the first cut and were appalled. And that was my first real lesson at when you really care about something, to know that the first cut's going to scare the hell out of you. And I always remind myself going into any first cut, whether it's a pilot or an episode or a movie, that the first cut is going to really disappoint you. But at that time I didn't know that, and we walked in, and the editor said, "Boys, we're all going to win Emmys." And we sat down and we watched it, and we went out in the Screen Gems parking lot and thought our careers were over. Really, we really went, oh my God, people are expecting so much from this. I mean, this script was great, this casting was great, and this is not good.
What was wrong with it? Do you remember?
What's just wrong with every first cut? It's long, there's too many scenes, there's scenes, or maybe you want to juxtapose scenes, or maybe you want to shorten scenes, or the best performance isn't in to your liking. It isn't cut the way you would want it to, That's why it's a first cut. That's why it takes a long time to get to that final cut. Bud Isaacs was the editor's name. Great editor. But first cut. I've worked with some brilliant editors, both in long form and in comedy, and even so, first cut is what he put together. And it's not exactly what, And there was some, it needed more football footage from the NFL. It needed more things.
Were you involved in the casting?
As an associate producer in the studio system at that time, not as much as, of course, Paul was and others, and the head of the studio, Len Goldberg. But I was involved in a lot of the conversations. It wasn't really, there wasn't much to read for. The network wanted Burt Reynolds, and none of us did, although he was good and great and everything, but just didn't seem right for this role. Kind of felt a little more macho than we wanted to go, and I don't remember. We wanted Lou Gossett, and I don't think there was much discussion about that. And then on the day that I got married, and obviously we ended up going with Billy Dee, which was, we went with Billy Dee because on the day I got married, my partner Paul came up to me and said, "I just talked to Lou Gossett. He tore his Achilles heel training for this movie." So we went into a scramble looking for somebody to replace Lou, because Lou was such a good actor. And Billy came in, and the part was made for him. I'm sure Lou would have done a terrific job, but Billy really, made it work. And Jimmy Caan came in and did just a fantastic job. I remember being in the theater at watching Godfather, and I was sitting back as strangers, and a person leaned over to someone and said, "That's the guy from Brian's song." I went, "Cool." It was a home run from the very beginning. It just was over the top success. It lived up to the script in the end. I think that really cemented. Paul and I worked around the clock in the edit room. There was an air date that had to get on, and we needed to find more footage of the NFL stuff, of the real Gale Sayers, and we reworked the scenes with Bud, as I said, is a very good editor. And we really worked around the clock together on that. And that foxhole kind of mentality, the two guys together working on it. And I think that really cemented our relationship. And created a product that we knew, okay, we're a good team.